I got to be honest. I thought it was a fluke. I thought it was a fluke. First of all, when Morris got hurt in the second half, Brad Stevens went in and said, okay, Horford and Jay Crowder, they're defensive tough guys out. They'll never play like that in the second half.
But they only had a 3-point lead at that point. It's not like they were still running the
Listen, they'll never shoot threes like that.
Thank you.
That was, by Warrior standards, epic.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there watching Al Horford, and I'm watching... And
Jay Crowder, 6 of 8 from 3.
I'm like, come on. I mean, listen, some of this is just, we've seen injuries change series. Rondo, Blake Griffin. I thought when the...
Don't say Markieff Morris.
I'm not saying...
Those two names,
he said that earlier.
You
said that earlier.
I like Markieff Morris. I'll defend him. I've known him since Kansas.
Come on.
He's something.
But that wasn't the reason
Jordan,
why they lost.
LeBron, Kyle Korver. I mean, come on.
I thought Chauncey Billups made a great point. Sometimes that kind of start the game is actually bad for the team that got out to that hard start because they relax and they get away from what they were doing and thinking, oh, Mike, we took control early. And so I think this was a total fluke. I'm not saying, look, Markieff Morris is going to be hobbling around, but when Washington has a size advantage and when Washington was moving the ball and moving the players as effectively, I thought they were the better team than Boston. I thought his injury was...
Washington has more good players.
Yeah, they do. They were the better team. What happened was Boston was really good, shot the lights out the ball, but Washington was just as bad. 7 turnovers in the third quarter. That's horrible. Then they had four of their 5 possessions were very bad possessions to start the third quarter. Gortat had the jump hook left, air ball, led into a basket. Then they turned the ball over 3 straight times. You can't do that when you gave the team all this momentum, and that's exactly what happened. And they just fed off the crowd, and that Boston crowd is second to none. Once they get going, you could get going as well, but you got to give credit to Brad Stevens for doing one thing, taking Gerald Green out the game and inserting Marcus Smart, and he started him in the second half. That was a big-time move right there to trust your players, and also that Gerald Green was not going to be a cancer over there. He wants to win, so I think you got to applaud him for making that move at that time.
Stevens has been pushing all the right buttons since they went down 0-2. You know, putting Gerald Green in the starting lineup.
What a great move by Stevens.
It took guts to put Gerald Green in the starting lineup. Right. And now, like you said, yesterday he goes with Marcus Smart. I'm with you guys in that I think Washington is better and will win this, but I think it's going to be a series. I don't think it's 4-1. Yeah, I think it's 7, maybe a tough 6. But
so you don't think you think it's totally coincidental that their tough forward goes out and the Celtics' 2 average forwards light it up.
Good as he is, but that
wasn't still 16-0 or 22-5 when he went out. It was 45-42 when Morris got hurt. So they already were charging at the Wizards even with Morris there. Look, he's a good, valuable player for them, but if they can't win the series without Markieff Morris, then they don't deserve to win the series.
They're not that deep. They need...
They're not deep at all.
Gortat did not show up in the second half. He played fantastic in the first half and was MIA the second half.
And John Wall backed up a little bit. John Wall started out the game, I thought, very strong. I still believe John Wall's the best player in this series and the second best player in the East.
Although Isaiah is starting, at some point, we're going to have to give him more credit.
John Wall's a great player, and he's better than Isaiah. But Isaiah, as a scorer, John's career average in this league is 19. His playoff average is 20. He is a big, strong, physical guard.
How about what Isaiah has been going through to come up and show up and then get your tooth knocked out your head, right? And still have the
I don't want to hear nothing about Markieff.
Wynn picked it up and gave it to the dude like, oh, we're going to get this fixed later, okay? And then the way he played, and he got into the teeth of the defense. He didn't, no pun intended, but, he did get into the teeth of the defense, and they put on a dribble, pass, and kick.
They were great.
And you're right, they're not going to shoot like that again.
No, but
Avery Bradley has been very good the last 3 games, too. 21 points a game. If he's scoring like that, he and Isaiah can match Wall and Beal, and Washington has to dominate the backcourt match.
Ask yourself, of all the playoff teams left, who are the 1 or 2 you don't think have a great roster? Utah, Boston. Yeah. Some of this is Brad Stevens is a really good coach.
And we have a bias, at least I do. Isaiah Thomas just seems too small to me.
I agree, but
that's the bias.
At some point, we got to give him credit.